Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome to the Dropping Dimes pod. This is your host, Michael Delp, and my buddy Mark Neighbors is back. Say hi, Mark.
Hey, how you doing? Great to be back. This is really good. This is getting to be a habit for you.
Something like that. And Mark Neighbors, as some of you might recall from the Sunday pod, is fans of not only the OKC Thunder, who he's repping tonight, but also the New York Knicks, and both teams have swept. Good job, Mark. The rich get richer.
This is the greatest bandwagon year of all time. I didn't have to buy any new swag or anything. I already had all this.
You didn't have to pick another team. Nice.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel
I am wearing something to make you laugh, though, because underneath the Thunder jersey I got it off of eBay for $5. It's a Russell Westbrook Lakers t-shirt jersey. I can't imagine there's too many of those floating around. I just was like, this is awesome, too fun. Man. Yeah, I was like, this is too fun. I got to have this.
Well, you got to change the letter so it says West Brick.
Exactly. That's true. Good old West Brick.
All right, buddy. Well, today is Thursday. We finally have an off day, so we're actually recording this in the evening. First off night of basketball in good 2.5 weeks.
Yeah.
My wife's so happy that I'm spending it talking about the NBA instead of watching the NBA.
Yeah, my wife went out with her friends. That's how excited she was that I was going to be doing this.
Perfect. Well, let's get into so we've got 2 of the series are closed for the conference finals.
Right.
But we've got 2 still going. Really interesting. The Pistons and Cavs has taken quite a turn. The Pistons were up 2-0, and now the Cavs have won 3 straight, finally winning one on the road in overtime.
Yeah.
I thought that game last night was really amazing. Just like high drama, just like, I mean, this is the reason why I watch the NBA playoffs over like
absolutely
television shows or whatever. It was just unscripted stuff. There's, the familiar characters that we know. There's James Harden just missing every freaking shot he takes. And I mean, he was so bad, Mark. Like, if you really watch him, he freaking, like, I think he threw a shot and caught it himself or something. I don't know how he did get a call for this, but somehow his shots were so bad that the Cavs were able to, quote unquote, rebound it. I don't know what you call for an air ball and keep on trucking. And he's just so good at foul baiting. And, he was like 29 for 30 until the last minute of that game where he, that was crunch time. So, of course, he bricked a few.
Yeah, exactly.
But, people are going to look at his box score, see he had 30 points. And let me tell you, America, like, he was terrible. He was missing everything.
Yeah. And he was turning the ball over a ton. If you watch him,
turning
the really
ball
sloppy
over. And he's just playing like a traffic cone out there. Like,
yeah.
The Detroit's backup guard was just running by him like a traffic cone.
Yeah.
Like, he just looks like an old man. He's moved like an old man. He kind of just didn't look, dude. He just doesn't. I don't know. He just looks like a 37-year-old guy. Like, I don't, like a kind of overweight 37-year-old guy, and plays a bit like it. But he's also he does the foul baiting stuff, and it works.
Yeah, and he's pretty relentless.
He is incredible from the line, right?
Yeah, that's true.
So he makes his efficiency back from the line. And those count. I mean, those points count.
Exactly.
But really, I mean, to me, the story of the game is Evan Mobley and Max Struess. Max Struess with some huge steals.
Exactly.
Great pass. There on that one steal he made on Cade. Harden just kind of like moseys over towards him to try and get the pass. And, Donovan Mitchell's cutting down the lane. Max Struess makes a great bounce pass to him for the layup to complete this sort of like 7 points in a row. The Cavs made a 9-point comeback in those last 2.5 minutes.
I know. I mean, that was
9-0 run.
Sure there was probably a lot of FanDuel users who may have been upset by that if they had bet certain ways during the game, because that was pretty unexpected. I was pretty floored by that. It was pretty impressive. And they really,
Yeah.
you could just tell, you could see Detroit getting tighter and tighter every time Cleveland got the ball back. Because you could tell they were like, oh shoot, like we are not going to be able to make any shots. They started to panic too. I could feel it.
Yeah, there was a little bit of like, oh, Cade's the only guy who can get this to happen in those last couple
Absolutely,
minutes.
yeah,
And it hadn't been like that all game. I mean, Tobias Harris
yeah,
was attacking the rim. Their backup point guard made 19 points, I think.
yeah. And then even Paul Reed was playing okay, and he had to
Yeah,
play
Paul
okay
Reed was
because
getting it done. But at the end though, they started doing the waste time thing, right? Which I mean
yeah,
makes sense. But
right,
then
right,
they're doubling Cade. So the Cavs played smart defense, started
yeah,
doubling Cade. So he's got to pass it off to Paul Reed. Now there's only like 5 seconds on the left because you started your action with 8 seconds left. And now Paul Reed gets blocked by Mobley, and that's it. Shot
yeah.
clock
That's
violation.
exactly it. Yeah, no, it was they it was a real mess at the end for them. You could just tell they couldn't figure out how to kind of get out of that jam. And this is where, like you were talking about last episode, the fact that Jalen Duren has disappeared is just huge. I mean, the fact that they can't rely on that guy for anything, even though he was great in the regular season, is just tough. Because, yeah, I mean, it's nice that Paul Reed is playing pretty well, but he's the third string center. So the fact is, when you're relying on your third big man to like give you minutes because your main guy doesn't seem to be able to do anything in the front court. So that makes it tough because then it's more pressure on Cade too to just kind of
And they
do
didn't play
everything.
him. They didn't play him the entire fourth quarter.
Yeah, exactly. I
And
mean,
maybe
oof.
not overtime either. I don't think
Yeah, I
they
didn't.
played in overtime either.
I actually for a second I was like, maybe I missed. Maybe he got injured. Like that's what I was thinking because I was like, he's
No.
not playing at all. But now he's shown that he just can't cut it in the playoffs for whatever
They
reason.
just
He's just not.
decided Paul Reed, career backup, and Paul Reed is like I used to think he was a big man, but when you're playing next to your point guards, Cade Cunningham
That's true.
and
Yeah.
Tobias Harris, he's like he might be smaller than both of those guys.
Yeah, he's as for a big man, he's not particularly big. So,
Yeah,
which
he
is I
reminds me
think
of the
mainly
Hornets center Moose
yeah,
in
yeah,
size
for
wise.
sure. Right, right.
Let me just recap those last 2.5 minutes. So
Oh, sure. Go ahead.
Mitchell makes he makes like two high gather moves and some sweet moves. Of course, like this is the key, right? You've got Harden, Mr. Choke, but you've got Mitchell next to him who I think, I mean, Mitchell didn't play very well. Like he had some poor moments.
Yeah, and he played
Um,
but he when he needed to play well, he played well. It was very noticeable.
yeah,
He fixed
he
everything.
was attacking in in
Mm.
that clutch time. And he had like a couple high gather moves on one of. Now, let me tell you, in this whole time, Detroit was still playing pretty awesome defense.
Yeah.
What's Sir Thompson smacks one of them like running from behind, smacks one of them somehow like Mitchell jumps out of bounds, grabs it, and like makes like a bounce pass backwards to Mobley. I don't know
Oh,
if you remember
yeah,
that
that's
play.
right. That was a great sequence. Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. And then after that was when they made the steal by Max Struess on
Max Strus,
Cade
yeah, which was
and the
huge.
run in. Yeah. And Mobley also had a three. I'm impressed by Mobley's 3-point shot. I think
Yeah,
it's really come along, and
for sure,
he's hit a few in like high leverage moments like that.
yeah, and I
And
mean, he had no
then
three-point shot at all coming out of college and stuff, so that I mean, it's really
right,
impressive.
yeah, I think that's a great part of his game they worked on. And meanwhile, Cade looked pretty tired.
Yeah.
They were doubling him. They were trying to waste time, which I think hurt them as we talked about.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, just two or three stops and three or four straight makes, and it's tied up.
Yeah.
Uh,
That was
yeah, I didn't think it was going to happen. I thought they'd kind of lost it, but
yeah, I had 2, and then by overtime, you could just tell the Pistons were so gassed. Yeah, they just didn't have much left, and Cleveland had all the momentum, so they were hitting their shots in overtime, and, it just felt I mean, it was only like what they were up 4 points in the first minute or so, but it felt like 20 just based on how Detroit had gone so cold and was so tight. So it was pretty impressive by Cleveland.
Yeah, I think it was Mitchell had like 2 scores in a row, and that
Yeah,
put him
including a
up a good.
three, right? I think he hit a
Yeah,
three.
and
Yeah.
that put him up a good margin, and they kinda were able to coast from there.
Yeah.
There was a Kevin Huerter sighting. I do not remember this. I swear I watched the whole game and was looking for this sort of thing. 3 minutes and, 1 assist. 1
All
assist. He
right.
didn't go 0 for. Yeah, I was, like, just I was gonna about to go off on why he's not playing, and then I looked at his stats with, Detroit, and he's shooting 29% from 3, and so I was like, "Oh, okay, well, I guess that's why he's not playing." It's pretty simple.
Yeah.
He's a
Yeah.
he's
That one
there to
was
be a three-point shooter, and he's not hitting
exactly.
those threes, so I guess I get it. I just thought, with, Duncan Robinson out, it seemed like an obvious choice, but instead they put
Yeah.
in Marcus Sasser,
Yeah.
who I didn't even realize was on the team.
Yeah.
Hasn't
I'd never
played
really
a
heard of him.
minute, I don't think, before this game in the playoffs, and had 16 minutes in their biggest game. Interesting
Yeah.
choice.
Yeah. That was yeah, there's been a lot of that this postseason, right?
And
Like
Karis
when
LeVert
this
with 24 points, with 24 minutes,
yeah.
and
Yeah.
he looked kinda god awful.
Yeah.
I
No,
don't
I mean
know
he hasn't
where
been
his
good
game has
since
gone.
like that first couple of years with the Nets.
Yeah,
Like,
totally.
yeah, no, it's been this whole postseason. There's been a lot of that, right? Like, remember when Boston started like 3 bench guys randomly for Game 7 against
Oh,
Philly,
man.
and I
Yeah.
was like, I hadn't heard of
That
any of those
was
guys.
Joe
So
Mazzulla, I don't know if he'll ever live that down, man.
yeah, so like it's just yeah, I guess it's some sort of virus that's infecting these guys. It's like, hey, these guys haven't played in a long time. Let's see what happens.
There are some other fun moments from the game. So, my boy Jalen Tyson came from Cal. He's the backup power forward, and he had the stare down with Tobias Harris and almost got into it with Isaiah Stewart. And Isaiah Stewart was just like the better man. He just walked away. We're like, what? What is this?
I
Did
know
they give him some like calming pills, like some kind of
exactly. Yeah, he was taking a sleeping pill or something beforehand. Yeah, that's
like, wow,
yeah.
he must have done some Zen meditation beforehand. I was
Exactly,
impressed.
yeah, yeah, he did some sort of out of body astral
But
projecting, and
wow,
so it was a
Tobias
different
Harris
dude.
was really dogging Tyson. Like he was like they were doing a stare down, and I was like, whoa, I didn't know Tobias Harris was like that.
I know, yeah, yeah, this is the feisty Harris.
Maybe he's just pissed because he couldn't hit a three that game.
Yeah,
That's it.
it's true. If I was bricking that much, then maybe I'd be mad too, yeah.
Uh, I thought Assert Thompson was just awesome. The
Yeah,
Pistons really in that first half, they were just their offense was just fed by turnovers, man. Just
yeah.
so many easy
No, it's
points.
true, like, Cleveland just couldn't hold on to the ball that first half.
James
I feel
Harden
like
with 6
every other play.
turnovers.
Yeah.
Yeah. And just kind of lazy passes. It wasn't just Harden. There's some others too. Schroeder had a bad one.
Yeah, Schroeder
Uh,
didn't play great this time, which he's normally their energy guy, but he was a little sloppy this time too.
yeah, but Max Struess, man, 6 for 8 from 3. That's huge.
I know.
And
Yeah.
Mobley came up pretty big too. So
Absolutely. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, at some point I wrote a note that I think the Cavs would be better off without Harden. Interesting. I
Yeah.
don't know. What do you think of that statement?
Yeah, I kind of agree. I just think he always gives you so much promise and you're always like, well, if he could just, we got enough good players on the team, like he doesn't have to feel the pressure. But it doesn't even matter when he's not the number one guy. He still seems to like just struggle at this time of year. And it's just yeah,
Yeah,
honestly, I think it's and because it'd be one thing too if he was like, if he was making like the league minimum or it was on like a really good contract, but like he's going to opt out of this deal and he's going to demand a ton more money again or a longer contract or something. And I don't think he's worth the investment. So, and, they're getting the best behaved Harden, it's always good to see when they've lost like 3 or 4 in a row in January, where how he's acting, and if he starts getting starts thinking of another place to move to. So that's
Yeah,
always tough
I
as
mean,
well.
once he kind of runs through all the strippers of the strip clubs. Oh, sorry, I don't know. No, I just think like well, Charles Barkley wouldn't agree with me. He was saying after the game that this is how he sort of thought the Cavs would be. That basically, instead of just Donovan Mitchell trying to score as a 6'3" guy, they got Harden who can kind of distribute. Harden uh, had less assists than Evan Mobley, but
Yeah,
maybe he's right. I mean, it's not like Max Strus is creating those threes on his own, right? So
right,
Harden's creating
exactly.
a
That is
lot of
true.
those,
And he does attract
and
he'll attract defenders too. So that does not just Struess,
yeah, I
but it'll
mean,
leave other
Mitchell's
guys
not a
with a
great,
little more room.
yeah, he's not a great creator like for assists.
Yeah.
And neither Schroeder. He did okay this game with 5, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Harden's good. I just like
Yeah. I always think he's just kind of fool's gold, you know.
it's weird when
Because
you
there's this
look at
thing,
their
and
efficiency ratings of the team. Like Harden is near the top in offensive
yeah.
efficiency,
No, it's
even
true.
though
And
his
then
field goal percentage is so low. It's just the foul baiting. He's so good at it, and he shoots
yeah.
close to 90%.
Yeah. No, and it was true. Like when I was first taking notes too, and then I was writing all these things like, oh man, Harden's doing this and that. And then then you look at his stat line and you're like, oh, okay. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe I looked at it wrong. And it's like, no, no, no. Those things actually, he wasn't playing well. It's just like you said, he's fantastic at getting fouled, and he always makes his free throws, except for those 3 at the end there. But
11 points on free throws.
on
Yeah,
free throws, yeah. Yeah,
but
11 out
he's
of
just
14,
like
which is obviously still great. But
yeah, yeah. His foul baiting is just I don't know. I'd be so pissed off if I was the other team. When he did that kick out on Tobias Harris,
yeah.
I was like, no, dude, that's like, and then they even reviewed it, I think, and still gave it to him. I'm like, what?
Yeah. They said it was inconclusive, I
Uh,
think, to overturn it. But I was like, yeah. No,
maybe that was the other time he did the kick out. He draws so many
he does at
fouls
least.
on threes. It's
That's
ridiculous.
true.
Sam Merrill played well too.
Yeah.
And Detroit didn't have the 3-point shooter. I think that hurts. And it hurts that the coach maybe didn't develop, get Kevin Herter to a place where he's a better asset for them.
Yeah.
Um,
Which is too bad.
yeah. Because he
Yeah.
was
I mean,
their
the one
only
thing
trade
is,
deadline guy.
yeah. Yeah. No, I think it's going to be, tomorrow night will be fun playing in Cleveland and stuff. Although I still think Cleveland has to win tomorrow, because I don't think they can win 2 in Detroit.
I think that's fair. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I think if they lose tomorrow, I think Detroit pulls through.
I think that, I mean, Cavs still could win again, certainly.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. It's just a
yeah,
tall order when you've only won one road playoff game to then all of a sudden have to
yeah,
do it again,
they're
especially
definitely
after
better at
blowing it at
home.
home. So yeah, I
Yeah.
think they got to seal it tomorrow night, which I think they have a great chance. I didn't really think this was going to happen. I think on Sunday I was still pretty bullish on the Pistons, but that has changed for sure. I don't know that I'm not as confident. I mean, I'll still stick with them because I already put it on the internet that I'm picking them, so it's too hard for me to jump from that pick. So I'll keep with it. But
So did
yeah,
I, actually. Yeah.
I'm way more nervous about it now than I would have been.
So did I. I think
But,
the thing that's in the Cavs' favor is what we started off with, is that even when Harden's choking and stuff, the team is still able to overcome
yeah,
with some big performances by everybody else.
yeah, they've got
Can they
enough
keep
talent.
doing that? Can they do that one more game out of 2?
Yeah,
And then can they do it in the next round? That's another question.
yeah, for sure.
Are you still where you'd rather play the Pistons as a Knicks fan? Or sorry,
That's a
rather play
tough
the
one.
Cavs? Because you were
Yeah,
really on you'd rather play the Cavs. That was your big take
yeah,
Sunday.
I know. Which I jinxed it. So yeah, I I know. I don't know that because especially
What
when
do you mean you
Mobley's
jinxed
playing
it? The
well too.
Cavs won, man.
Yeah, that's
You might
true.
get your wish now.
I know. Yeah, I just when Mobley plays that well, and then you get with the Struess stuff, I hadn't counted on those guys delivering quite in the way they did. So I just sort of thought I was like, oh, it's going to be if Harden has an off night, Mitchell can't overcome it by himself, but he didn't have to because I mean he was clutch
Yeah.
when he needed to be, but the other guys coming through made a huge difference. And so yeah, I'm it's going to be a tougher series than I think it looks on paper. Because yeah, I mean Detroit did so much better against New York in the regular season, but I think even if they pull it out now after back-to-back 7-game series just wears you out. And it's clear there's a formula to rattle them. And since they don't have a guy with size who can score anymore, it's gonna make it tough against New York. So whereas, yeah, I mean, Cleveland's got Mobley and Jared Allen who are long and pretty tall, so that helps.
They have been destroyed by New York Sinners before. Now, that was back when they had Hardenstein. They still have Mitchell Robinson. Looks like he's
Yeah,
recovered. Anunoby's recovered. I
yeah,
think
that's true.
Anunoby versus Mobley is interesting.
No, that's true. That might be because he might be
I
able
don't
to
really know
neutralize him.
who wins that matchup. Yeah.
That'll be fun to watch, though, if it's the two of them against each other, because
I
that's
feel like Anunoby's stronger,
yeah,
but
he's
Mobley's
definitely
taller.
tough. Exactly, like Mobley does have the reach, so that
Anunoby's playing out of his mind in these playoffs, man. His numbers are
yeah,
incredible.
I know, yeah. No, he's been quite
Mobley, I would say
impressive.
he's like a every other game guy. It's kinda
Yeah,
he looks great one
yeah,
game, and then the next game he kinda disappears.
yeah, for sure.
He's
Yeah, they're
almost
gonna
like
need
he's almost like a away game, home game type guy. Like, he plays well at home. That's what they say is supposed to happen with the role players, right? And he's
right,
supposedly a
exactly, not the
star, but I think that kind of affects a lot of the Cavs team, actually. This was their
yeah,
first game that they won on the road in the whole playoffs. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. No, I think they clearly had it in their heads, like they're playing a lot tighter when they're on the road. But yeah, they figured it out. So good for them.
Yeah, all right. Well, let's talk a little bit about the other games. So the night before was the Minnesota Timberwolves getting just absolutely shellacked by the
Yeah, that was.
Spurs.
Whew. I mean,
Wemby
it was
came out
basically
strong.
from the jump. It looked. I was like, oh boy, Wemby is angry about getting thrown out. So he's gonna just take it out on these guys.
Yeah, I mean, that guy is so awesome. 17 rebounds. Wow.
Yeah,
And I it did get to a point though. I kept watching the game, and there was a point they were up big, maybe almost close to 30, definitely in the 20s, going into like the fourth quarter. And those Minnesota Timberwolves guys kept pushing Wemby, pushing him in the back, hit him on jumps. And I'm like, Coach, I might just take him out here. I think they were up like 22 or something. And like,
yeah,
your other guys are really good. Like, you don't want these guys are kind of pissed, and they have almost nothing to lose here. I guess they still have one more game, but
right,
man,
right. No,
I'd maybe sit these guys. Now the
I
Timberwolves were professionals. They didn't like try and Tanya Harding them, but it was kind there's like an air of that. That's a verb
yeah,
now.
you
It's a
just
verb now, Mark.
especially because like I mean he has shown he could be a little fragile sometimes. He's already been concussed once. So with this playoffs, it's like, yeah, I feel like they've got to be really careful with him. You just don't want him missing anything, given how important he is.
Yeah, he's pretty stick thin, man.
Yeah. Yeah. He still feels a little bit more fragile than somebody.
He weighs about as much as me, but he's a foot and a half taller.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
I don't know if that says more about me or him, but
It's all about him. Don't sell yourself short. You're in great shape.
oh my god, I was gonna say Keldon Johnson didn't play well, but he was 8 for 11. He did play well.
Wow, he was 8 for 11? Man,
That's
I had
impressive.
no idea. Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, that is pretty
The
surprising,
Spurs
actually.
are
I
just
didn't
such an interesting team because they got these three, a new incredible rookies, right?
Yeah.
But they managed to keep like all their useful players. Like
Yeah.
most teams, like I don't know, like some of the drafts, like because I got Darren Fox too, and they just
Yeah.
trade away like their flack, their riffraff for Darren for like
Yeah.
this all-star point guard, and they got to keep, and so all their got starters from before, like Keldon Johnson and Harrison Barnes, are now like these great bench guys.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not Harrison Barnes. God, he barely plays anymore. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. No, this is I guess he's taking this spring off. But yeah, I mean, yeah, no, it's really, it's their cap management is just like, and player evaluation skills are just really fantastic. They always find a way to keep these guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, I mean, Castle's still playing great. He was also 8 for 11.
Oh yeah. It's a
Yeah.
theme
I
there.
mean, that guy just, he doesn't stop. And yeah. And like, De'Aaron Fox didn't have a great shooting night, but when you got all these other guys who are playing great, it doesn't really matter. So
Fox is so silky smooth when he plays, man. He's just
I do love watching him. Yeah. He's really fun.
my my Doug, who I usually pod with. He Fox is one of his lefties, so he loves him.
Yeah.
And he's interesting to watch. He's just so fast. It's so interesting how he has just destroyed the Ball brother. Do you remember when they came out
Yeah.
from the draft, right? And Lonzo Ball was drafted second. Darren Fox was drafted fifth, I think.
Yeah.
And they
Something
had
like
a
that.
little thing going in college against each other where Fox destroyed him in a college game. And I remember in the G League when the Lakers G League team had to play Sacramento, they took Lonzo out of the game. They're like, "Oh no, Lonzo's not feeling well today," or something like that. And somehow Lonzo like won the G League MVP, right? But he didn't. They for PR reasons, I'm pretty sure they didn't have him in
Yeah.
that game against Fox because he had smoked him. And now is Lonzo even still in the league? I mean, he was supposed to be on this Cavs team.
Yeah. I haven't seen that. There hasn't been a Lonzo Ball
I
sighting in a
can't
while.
remember where he went to. But obviously that didn't work out. Alonzo. You got anything else to say about this game?
Not too much. I mean, it was just a beat down. Hopefully Minnesota gets back up for game 6 and makes it competitive at least. Cause yeah, I don't want to see another blowout. I like to see when Ant-Man, can deliver a little bit and make this
Yeah,
series
and that'll be at home. They've got
competitive
a
again.
great home crowd.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. And that's where their bench guys tend to, like classic role players, tend to play really, really well at home versus road. So I think
Oh, right. Yeah.
I think it'll be pretty competitive, but ultimately I think the Spurs will still pull it out just because they've got so much ammunition at this point. I don't know how you stop it.
I agree.
Yeah.
And then the Lakers on Monday put up quite a fight. They I think they made like 7 points in 2 shots. Both were like shot made and a foul. There was like a 4-point play by Marcus Smart or
Yeah.
something, and that was impressive. They tied it up, and then no, somehow the OKC just made the next couple baskets and won the
Yeah,
game.
exactly. Once again, AJ Mitchell. He was 12
Oh
for
yeah,
19, 28 points. I mean, that guy.
yeah, he's been awesome. Getting those starter minutes now. Who needs Jalen Williams? Kind of.
I know, right? Man.
Shea finally had a good game against the Lakers. It seemed
Yeah.
like they kind of changed up their style against him, and interestingly enough, they had their best game. Not sure what to say about that, except that Rui, was hitting a lot of shots. There was a big kerfuffle because they took out Rui, who was shooting like 60% in the playoffs, 50% that game, and they took him out on that last play when they needed a 3. So
Yeah.
just to remind everyone, they had Marcus Smart inbounding the ball, and they had LeBron. They put in Kennard, and they had AR, and then they had my man from Dallas, Maxi Kleber. in there
Yeah.
setting screens. And everyone thinks that they took out Rui for Maxi Kleber. And I'm like, no, because Maxi Kleber is the guy who's setting the screens, right? So you need someone setting the screen. So basically they took out Rui for Kennard,
Yeah.
which was probably a poor choice, but Kennard is the best 3-point shooter by percentage in the league.
Yeah, exactly.
So
I mean, I'm sure
to
that's
me,
what they
it's
were
a bit
playing
of
the odds.
like, do you have the balls to take out LeBron? Or maybe LeBron's inbounding the ball, not Marcus, you know?
Right. Right.
Reddit clearly showed he doesn't have the balls, but maybe that's the right choice. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah. I mean, like you said, you go with the numbers. Kennard is the guy, but I think especially in this case, I mean, Rui has the hot hand and he's a little bigger. So I just feel like it would have been easier for him to get open because he can.
Okay, so
He
you would
can
have put
kind of,
in Rui instead of Kennard, but kept
yeah.
LeBron in.
Yeah. I think if you take LeBron out, then you might not make it to your car just because people get so mad. All the LeBron stands really freak out anytime you question him and take him out. And he might have pulled a Scottie Pippen 94 and just like had a fit or something. I don't know. It would have been bad. I just think it's just too hard to take him out
Yeah,
even in
and
this
hence,
state in
and
his
that might
career.
be the issue with keeping him at all. Although
Exactly. Yeah.
I will say, he's a 30% shooter versus the 60% shooter. I mean, come on,
Yeah.
you need a three.
Yeah. No,
But
it's true. If you're playing the numbers and you need the three ball, yeah, then you keep both Rui and Kennard out.
he might be better at creating threes, creating a shot than those others. If it really breaks down,
Yeah,
you could argue that for sure.
that's true. Yeah, he'll
But
always have better ISO skills for sure. But I don't know. Yeah, I mean, if it's just a quick play, yeah, I don't think you could take LeBron out. It's just too important. Maybe Austin Reeves. I don't know. I think he's a bit overrated, but the
yeah,
numbers tell me differently. But I don't know. I just feel like although, he shot 8 for 16. Yeah, and he was 3 for 7 for 3. Yeah,
he
maybe I'm just being too hard on him. He played all right.
he ended up taking the shot.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
It was a little, it was a few feet behind the line though, and he's kind of
Yeah, that's the
running.
thing is it was a deep 3, and I feel
Yeah.
like Hachimura I feel like he would have had a better chance just because he's a bigger guy from shooting. Even though he's
Yeah, I
shooting
guess
a lot better.
it's tough. Like, they probably called play, it didn't work, and whatever.
The key was that they took out DeAndre Ayton, which I know you were devastated by.
I was totally devastated. No, I mean, putting in Maxi Kleber to me makes a lot of sense because
Yeah,
he's
actually,
a huge guy.
no, I get it.
He can set screen and he can pop for the three if that's what the defense gives you.
Yeah, exactly. And he
he's a
could
good
probably get
3-point shooter.
rebounds because he is a big guy. Like if
Yeah.
they had a chance to, and then take another shot or something, you have the guy. You have a big guy down there. So certainly
Right.
Ayton's not going to get the rebound. We know that. The man hasn't gotten a rebound since he was in grade school.
I'm not going to talk about that anymore. I don't want to get myself in more trouble.
That's true.
But I do want to do like a little bit of LeBron versus Jordan talk. I know that's good for the sports
Excellent.
podding, right?
Yeah.
I think, so do you remember the Wizards days with Jordan?
Yeah. I actually went to his 50-point game against Charlotte and Baron Davis. I was there.
So were you living in DC at the time?
No, I think I came down from New York. My parents were living in DC. So, and it was like around Christmas time or January or early January or something. So they were like, "Oh, we got tickets to see Jordan play." And I was like, "Okay." So I came on down. It was fun. It was great. But that was
a
a
big deal
time.
that year. Yeah. Everyone was trying
Yeah.
to get those tickets to watch
Yeah.
Jordan's last year. To me, it was a bit of a show, though. He made his 23 points, but, it didn't really affect winning for the Wizards. The Wizards didn't make the playoffs or whatever.
Yeah. Now they were, what, like 36 and 46 or something both
Yeah,
years,
something
or
like that.
38 and 44, something like that.
And LeBron and Jordan just kind of playing his hero ball, but just, less efficient, can't get to the rim like he could.
Yeah, yeah. And then I
LeBron,
mean I do remember they had Rip Hamilton his first year, and they traded him to Detroit for Stackhouse,
yes,
which
that was a huge trade for Detroit.
yeah,
Helped him
exactly.
win the championship.
Pretty much. Yeah,
That
exactly.
was
I
an
mean, it,
interesting trade because Stackhouse was kind of a star. He was had some
yeah.
big numbers in Detroit. He was a get to the rim kind of player
And he was a Carolina guy, right?
and a Carolina guy. So of
Yeah.
course, lots of following from there. And but just he's somewhat inefficient. And they built a whole offense around Rip Hamilton up there in Detroit with Larry Brown.
Yeah,
And
that was perfect. I mean,
yeah,
yeah.
I'd
Yeah,
say
he was
good
really
trade for
like
both teams, but I don't really know that it helped the Wizards that much. But it's probably not like Rip was gonna do much. But just more on but back to the LeBron first Jordan,
sure, sure.
kind of the point I'm getting to is that I think LeBron, even at age 41, even, though I give him a hard time sometimes, he's just doing all these plays that help winning. And you
Yeah.
just really saw it, like, in both of these playoff series, no Luka, just their team it's not that good,
Yeah.
period, like
It's pretty
and
mediocre. Yeah, I mean, their front line is Jackson Hayes
yeah,
and DeAndre
yeah,
Ayton, like, and Austin Reeves has been great, but he was undrafted. So wasn't he undrafted or like a low draft pick or something? So
yeah, he was
he,
undrafted.
yeah. And so they lucked out in getting him. I mean, that was not something that pans out most of the time. So it's not like he's a
Reeves can
blue
get to the
chipper.
rim. Yeah, he's been awesome, but he on offense, on defense, he gets
Yeah.
hunted
Defense,
and
he's terrible. Yeah.
run by all day long. So they're just like, you know, I mean, Rui can play. He can do his role. Marcus
Yeah.
Smart has impressed me in the playoffs. But I guess my point is just that LeBron had him beaten Houston. And, obviously they didn't
Yeah.
even get a game from the Thunder, but at least the first halves of all these games were competitive. And LeBron is just a basketball savant, man.
Yeah.
Just amazing. It's not just his own, features, characteristics at 41, his own. I mean, he is still like dunking the ball. It's like incredible what know what kind of hormones he's taking. But uh uh it's not, obviously he's fallen off a bit in that place, but he is just so smart at getting people in the right place, passing the ball, seeing, what's going to happen beforehand and kind
Yeah,
of
for sure.
conserving his energy in that way. Um, I'm impressed.
Yeah, and it's
Obviously,
not easy to. I mean, he didn't have to because he had to switch roles so much during the year. Because it's like anytime Luka's out, he has to move up to be back to being kind of the main guy and the creator and the team leader. And then, but when Luka's there, the fact that he was, I mean, now it looks like there's stuff coming around that behind the scenes he may have been grumbling a little bit, but certainly on the court, he figured out how to take a back seat and let Luka run it on
it
offense,
it took a
which
while,
is not
Mark.
easy to
I
do.
want.
Yeah.
Yeah, it took a while though. I watched a lot of the Lakers games this year, and in the first half of the year, it wasn't it wasn't great, man. There was a lot
Yeah.
of LeBron in crunch time passing the ball to Marcus Smart, scared to shoot because his 2-point jumper's not really working these days, and making yeah, it wasn't didn't work very well. And then, but it did. You're right. It did at some point. He got it, and it
Yeah.
flipped a bit, and he became like this great, almost Aaron Gordon like helper to Luca,
Yeah. Absolutely.
making
Yeah.
alley oop dunks. And but what my point is that in this playoffs, there is no Luca, and
Yeah.
yet they still beat Houston. They still play OKC fairly tough with not a great supporting cast. So
Yeah. And I mean,
obviously,
giving him credit too for the Houston series because that team is younger and obviously they still have a great veteran scorer, even though he was hurt for a good chunk of it too. And it, you know, Houston was supposed to be on the ascendance, and so the fact that he kind of held them in check, and you could tell they were pretty intimidated because LeBron was kind of coming out, and they were like, we can handle this guy because they don't have Luka with him, and yeah, it was like you said, it was really impressive. Yeah, that series in a lot of ways was as impressive as a lot of the other things he's done in his career. To do that at 41 against a younger team, a hungrier team, really, in a lot of ways, because in a lot of ways, people wouldn't have, I don't think you would have faulted the Lakers for losing that first round series, because you could have been like, yeah, they didn't have their best guys and they were a little out of sync and their best player is 41. So, they gave it their best. But then the fact that
they didn't have
won,
Austin Reeves for most of the series.
For a big chunk of it too. Yeah. And when, I mean, the first game he came back, he was rusty. He wasn't playing great. He got better as the series went on. But that was really impressive. And yeah, like you said, the Thunder are stacked, and they would have crushed Houston easily too. I don't think that would have been a question there. There's only one team that they're really nervous about, and that's who they'll probably may play in the next round. So
yeah, that's hopefully coming up next.
Yeah, that's going to be a great series. I mean, if that's how that works out,
if it works out, T will still have a chance for sure.
Yeah, no, for sure.
We're any not counting about Minnesota.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I think it would not surprise me at all if that goes the full distance.
I mean, just to close off the LeBron thing, of course, I'm a Gen X guy. Of course, Michael Jordan's the greatest player ever, no doubt in my mind. But the way I do appreciate just how smart LeBron is, and just how he is making winning happen in his older age, as opposed, I mean, the Lakers, at 38 or 39, he got the Lakers to the conference finals.
Yeah, exactly. And that was with, that was with
they won the championship. Yeah. Well, I guess that was 6 years ago, so it would have been, he was probably 36.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm impressed. Okay, so hey, everyone, we've got a fun gimmick that we want to throw at you.
Yeah.
So we're going to switch gears a little bit, and we're going to do draft of the remaining players. Okay? We're going to do a draft the best remaining players. We're going to try and get 2 full squads. So that means like 8 players each, so you got your five stars and a few guys who can come off your bench. Most playoff teams only play about eight deep anyway. So
yeah, exactly.
We're going to go back and forth drafting people, and we've got a rule. You have to pick at least one bench guy. For the purpose of these rules, maybe check your notes. Mark is they have to be a bench guy in the playoffs. So in the playoffs,
right.
if they have started, so AJ Mitchell does not count.
Yeah, exactly. I know that
because he's started almost every game.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, he's regular season for sure, but yeah, he's been a crucial starter. So yeah, sadly, he doesn't count for that spot. But I'll figure it out. Okay,
so we have to figure out the first pick, Mark. So
that's right. That's right.
We could do paper, rock, scissors. That's that'd be great for the video people, but not so great for anybody else.
I know you're a NBA fact savant, so why don't I'll ask you a question from basketball from like the last 30, 35 years. So, nothing from the 70s or something like that, where either of us really can talk about those games for sure. So, I'll do a question from that era. Does that sound good? And if you get it, you get the top pick. And then if you don't get it, I goes to me.
All right. I love this idea, Mark. So I've been watching the NBA for 35 years, ever since 1991 or so. I was living overseas, and I actually picked the New York Knicks as my team. Patrick Ewing. I bought his shoes, and I'd have to watch games at 3 a.m. Because of where I lived. And
pretty awesome.
Ever since then, I probably have watched, I would say 80 to 85% of every NBA playoff. So I think I could name the conference finalists from any year since 91.
It says 91. All right.
All right. All
Let's
right. Give me a
go.
year. We'll see how I
Let's
could do.
go with 2002.
Okay, 2002. Okay, so the Lakers won in 2000, 2001, 2002. So we know for sure the Lakers are in there.
Right.
I believe. Okay, I believe this was the one they were in against the Kings. So I know they also had a big one against the Spurs. But it might have been the year they lost. Okay, so I think this is the Kings, 2002. The Kings they got to a seventh game, and Peja Stojakovic airballed the three.
That's
Lakers,
right. That was
make
painful.
it. Yeah, that was painful.
Was that
Lots
Mike
of
Bibby as their
Mike
point
Bibby
guard?
was on the team.
Yeah, man, that's a
Weber. There
Vlade
was a lot of
Divac.
Divots. I may be totally talking on my ass, and it might be the Spurs game where that one who they have the Lakers point guard hit that amazing shot with 0.4 seconds left. I think that was a different year. I'm gonna say it's the Kings and the Lakers. Okay, and then on the East
Eastern
side,
Conference is a little tougher.
all right, East
I
side.
I
Who do we
definitely
got?
didn't remember this.
Okay, so I think it's the Nets. My first idea is that's the Nets. Don't give anything away with your face. I'm just talking it through. Okay, so I want to say it's Nets Celtics. Celtics had Paul Pierce. They had this one power forward that shot a lot of threes. Okay, the Pacers were also good at that time. The Pacers played the Lakers the first year. Yeah, and the Nets had Jason Kidd. Okay, who else? Who else was there? Oh, the Sixers were in there. The Sixers were earlier too. I think the Sixers were the year before. So I'm gonna say Nets. I remember the Nets just had all these like white centers who would just get destroyed by Shaq. Okay, so the Nets and my best guess. Okay, I could be wrong about this, but I'm gonna say I think of the Celtics. They had like this horrible. There was horrible games, guys. These are like games in the 80s, 70s. I mean, the point totals were pathetic. But yeah, defense, right? All right, how'd
Yeah,
I do, Mark?
you did it. You nailed it, man. It was perfect. Yeah.
All right.
Nice
I got
work.
the first pick. Thank you.
Yeah. No, it was yeah. The Nets it was Todd McCullough, and I can't remember.
That's the guy, Todd McCullough.
That guy was awesome. And then did they still have Keith Van Horn then? Or had they already traded him?
Poor Keith Van Horn. He was
I know
supposed
Kenyon
to be
Martin,
the great white
Jason
savior or
Kidd.
something.
I
think they had Kenyon Martin. Yeah.
Yeah. And Kerry Kittles was one of the
Kittles. Nobody could
wings.
stop Shaq, man. That's just the
I know.
MO.
Yeah, it was just unfair. Yeah. And then that was I think that might have been the year where Boston played Detroit, and I think the final score was like 68-65 or something. It was like some game.
Oh, it was in the 60s. I even oversold it with 70s. I was trying to give him some. Yeah, it was a brutal.
Yeah, no, I remember there was one game because I think that game
wasn't there a 25-point comeback or something crazy?
Yeah, I think so. It was a weird year. And it was Paul Pierce and Antoine Walker. That's the guy.
Antoine Walker, that's the guy. Yeah.
Shooting all the threes. Yeah, he was on.
They were ahead of their time. That's what it is.
They were. Yeah, that's what he was revolutionary.
Just all they did was just dribble and shoot.
He would just chuck it from anywhere. It was wild.
Oh my God, he would. Although if we look back at his numbers, I bet like Donovan Mitchell has twice as many threes per game.
Yeah, that's true. It's probably
it was a different era.
Yeah. I know all the guys we think were chuckers back then would fit in. Like they'd just be an average guy now. It's true.
All right, with their numbers. I remember like Larry Bird, I think averaged like only 1 3 a game or something.
Yeah, exactly. And they were like, this guy is
everyone thinks of him as the greatest 3-point shooter ever. And he's like, it's like the backup center for the 76ers is hitting more threes.
Yeah, exactly. And then like, I remember when Pitino coached the Knicks in the 80s, like the whole thing was, he was like, oh yeah, these guys are going to shoot a bunch of threes. And yeah, if you look at it now, that's like the first quarter of a Warriors game is what the Knicks were shooting for 4 quarters, sometimes with overtime. And it was like, oh my
Oh
gosh, they're
yeah.
crazy. They jack up so many threes. They're
Oh,
just wow. And it was
was
like,
Rick
yeah,
Pitino? Was he coaching the? He was that still the shorter 3-point line era?
it might have been. It was like the mid 80s or something like that. And
Oh, mid 80s. No, that was in the 90s or something. Okay. Well,
was
anyway, enough history.
yeah, let's do it.
Let's do our player draft. I'm super excited to have the first pick, and it's gonna be pretty easy. I'm taking Victor Wembanyama.
Yeah, I was just hoping you thought he was a bench guy and
He
didn't
doesn't play
qualify.
that many minutes, to be honest.
Actually, he does.
Actually,
They do.
if you look at his scores, he's down. He's below 20 in total points. But
Yeah, no, I mean
yeah, he
that
kind
makes
of
sense.
does everything really well. Victor plays like he's playing on a Nerf hoop, Mark. It's like a Nerf hoop in
Yeah.
like a bedroom or something. He dunks below his shoulder.
Yeah.
It's like,
So weird to watch. Like
oh my
he doesn't need
God.
to jump. He just kind of just like moves his hands up halfway, and it's like, oh, he's already taller than everybody. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's just dunking below his head on a hop or a spin hop oh my God, this guy. Anyway, and I got him on my team. That's right.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Well, I'm gonna go with this isn't too hard either. I'm gonna go with Shea Gilgeous Alexander.
Yeah, I figured you'd go there.
Yeah. I mean, that was a natural pick. But now I just think if I can't have the freakish tall alien, I want the MVP.
You want the super foul baiting
Yeah, exactly. The greatest
Push
foul
off.
fader in the history of
greatest
sports.
pusher offer. Great. I'm super glad you got him because I hate all his tactics. So I'm gonna take Cade Cunningham as my
All
point.
right.
Cade has just impressed me, man. He's impressed me
Yeah,
with the
no,
way
he's
he's
been
just
great.
running Detroit. He was like in that game last night, he was just sick, like hitting all these 2-point shots from everywhere.
Yeah.
He got maybe a little tired at the end, but that's because he's kind of their main and only
Yeah, he's their
option.
one man squad
Yeah.
at this point. So yeah, no, he's really great. That's a good
So
pick.
I have Cade running the point, and he can play defense, super tall. Yeah. I wish he shot threes maybe a little better, but we'll make up for that in other areas.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna go with this guy, even if he's a little bit banged up still. But I gotta go with Ant-Man at the 2.
Yeah. All right. Two guards, Mark. All right.
The only problem is my team is a little small compared to yours. So this is gonna be a problem. I gotta start getting some tall guys soon.
That's okay. There's a few more draft picks. And man, this is tough. So I got that guy. But I'm gonna go with my other main guy, Donovan Mitchell. I'm loving my team here.
Yeah, Donovan Mitchell's
Donovan,
great. I thought
he
about
gives up
picking
a
him.
little bit. Yeah. I had him above Ant-Man, actually. Kind of a tough choice, but he's scoring a lot more points. Ant's stats in the playoffs are actually kind of putrid, man.
Yeah, no, he's not playing great, like I said, because he's a little
Yeah.
banged up.
That's true.
And I think
he is banged up.
So-
That's a fair point.
So yeah, but I still he's got a lot of intangibles and he's fun to watch. So I don't mind him back there doing that. All right, for number 3 pick, I guess I got to go
And
big.
then I want you to just say, hold on, Mark. I just want you to.
Okay.
I just want to give you a little reminder. I'm going to give you a little, help here. Is that you might want to think about your bench guy, right? Because there's some bench guys that are really, really good.
That is true.
You only need one. All right.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's see. Do I want to go back? No, I might want to go. I think I got to go big, don't I? And he's been playing so well these playoffs, and I think I'm going to have him jump the queue anyway. Although he gets in a lot of foul trouble, but I'm going to go with Cat.
That makes sense as a Knicks fan. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No, and I like what they've been doing with him at the top of the key, like another passer on the team. I think it would make a difference. And at least he can body. I mean, no one can cover Wembanyama really, but at least he's a little bigger. He could maybe push him around, depending on who I get at the 4.
Yeah, Cat actually did a great job on Jokic a couple years ago when the Timberwolves made the conference finals.
Yeah, I do remember that.
Obviously, Wembanyama's a different player, though.
Yeah, I mean he's in another league, so I
Yeah,
mean, once you
and
got the
Cat's a
number
bit
one
of a
pick, I
knucklehead,
figured.
so
Yeah.
yeah. I'm
Yeah.
gonna give him
There's that.
the knucklehead rating right here. I'm writing it down. All right. And ooh, okay. So I've got two guard, point guard, and
And a big
center. I made a big speech about a backup.
Bradley
Ooh,
Beal. I think
I'm
you should pick him. He's great.
he's not on the board, Mark, unless he was traded to one of these teams, maybe for some sort of
Chris.
cap relief that I don't know about.
No, no. I know for sure he's in injury rehab. I just don't know what team for.
I'm gonna go for Stefan Castle.
All right. Yeah.
Actually, that doesn't make too much sense with the makeup of my team, but you know what? He can guard freaking power forwards.
Yeah, no,
Mm,
he's a good scorer, so that makes a
he's
difference. Yeah,
tough. He
and
can
he'll guard
score.
anybody. He bodies
Yeah.
anybody
I can
you ask
fill
him
out
to.
the wings later. Okay. I gotta get I mean whatever. These are some stars. Let's hit the stars.
All right. Let us see. So I got two sort of one hybrid guard and one two guard and a big. Gonna go with the front court. Do I want another wing? Let's see. Actually, I think I'm gonna go with Evan Mobley.
Ooh. Interesting. Okay. Yes. Evan Mobley. Nice pick. Evan Mobley. Yes, I'm writing down shows up every other game. All
Yeah,
right.
exactly. I just have to hope it's
Good
on the
luck with
game.
that, Mark.
I hope he shows up for the game I picked him for. That's all I need. I just need one game, man.
Oh, we're paying a series. Okay. All right. So interesting. You got Cat. Yeah, man. There's a couple guys I'm really looking at here. And man, maybe I'd like to have both of them. But no, I'm going to go with OG Ananobi.
Yeah, that was good.
He has just been killing it this playoffs. I mean, he's
It
shooting
has
like
been.
60 some percent, 57% from three, and obviously strong on defense. Looks like his injury has healed up. He should be in line to play the first game, and he'll be helping me out.
Yeah, I'm gonna give up a lot of size on this, and he's not a great defender, but he's such a clutch guy. I think I'm gonna go out of the box and play three guards. I'm gonna go with Brunson running the
Yeah,
show.
that makes sense. I hear you. Having Jalen Brunson or having him as a backup guard,
Yeah,
not a bad,
exactly.
not a bad guy coming off the
All right, I still need
bench.
a bench guy, right?
You do, but it's my pick.
Yeah, yeah.
And well, we're doing 8. We're going for 8, Mark, okay?
Yeah, that's right. We did
The bench
5.
the bench thing the bench thing is the bench player. Yeah.
Right, right.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so man, he's talking about bench players. Should I take the best bench player available? I am not going to. I'm gonna let you have him. And I'm gonna take Chet Holmgren. And
Oh,
then I can
man.
pair together Victor Wembanyama and Chet Holmgren. See the two
It's
towers, baby.
exactly.
They kind of seem to not like each other, but maybe if they're teammates.
Yeah, yeah, they'll figure out a way to get along. All right.
I think
Okay.
so.
I am gonna go with, let me see. Do something. Oh, look at Minnesota here. I'm gonna go with I'll give it a shot. Why not? Keep him in with his teammate who seems to get Jaden McDaniels.
Okay. Filling out the wings here.
Yeah. I figure
Daniels.
you've got the size, so I gotta figure out another way to counter. So I'll just go with some wings.
He'll be good. He'll be good for covering Cade, actually. That's
Yeah, exactly. That's
because they
sort of
got
what
the
what I was thinking.
same height at least. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not a bad pick. Well, man, it's been so long. God, you just left him for me. You just kept lefting him for me. I was giving you a chance, man. Okay. No, you just left him for me for too long, man. So I'm gonna take Dylan Harper,
Yeah.
my
I
super sub.
yeah, he is pretty amazing. It's a good
All right.
choice.
I got 7. Okay. You got 2 more
All
picks,
right.
Mark. That's
I got
it.
2 more picks. All right, let me take a look. You know what? I like this guy coming off the bench. He's been doing some stuff, although he's inconsistent, but I'm gonna go with Jared McCain. Little young guy. Come in, bring some sprightly energy. I gotta get a bench guy, so
McCain.
yeah, why
Okay.
not?
All right. Why not?
Yeah.
He'll liven up the locker room with all his
Yeah,
TikTok videos
exactly.
and stuff.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. No, he's fun, and I need a bench guy. So
all right. Well, I have one last pick. There's a lot of good options
yeah, there's actually quite a few still out there.
who I can't list because you might take them. So I will list them afterwards. But man, there's somebody who I want to take almost just to take him away from you. Yeah, Chet and Wemby. Do I have enough size there? Yeah, because I got Ananobi can play power forward. And no, I need one more guy. And you know what? I know he's a bench player, and I already have my bench players set up, but crap, I fucking love this guy. I want him on my team, and his name is Naz Reid,
Yeah.
greatest player in the NBA. Hell yeah.
Yeah, he's pretty great.
Woo! He's also used to a bench role, so he won't be upset about it. And
That's true. That's true.
gives me
He's
a
very
little
much
size.
yeah. I still need a little
Yeah.
size, don't I? Because I'm pretty thin in the front court. I got tons of wings. All right, I'll go defense and rebounding with. I'll go with Hartenstein. Why not? I'm picking like all Thunder guys.
Hartenstein. Yeah, pretty much. It seems like you got one. You got a couple others. All right, I'm going to recap our teams. For me, I've got Victor Wembanyama at center, Cade Cunningham running the point, Donovan Mitchell beside him, and then at the wings, Stephen Castle, and at power forward, I can either throw out Ananobi or Chet Holmgren, depending on what kind of size you're giving me, or Chet can be my backup center. And then coming off the bench, we got Dylan Harper and Naz Reid.
All right. So there we go. Let me just take a look. Yeah. So I got at the wings, you got Shea and Ant-Man, and then I've got some Jaden McDaniels for defense, and Jared McCain is my lonely bench man. You've got Cat and Mobley, who could both play. I mean, Cat can play center or power forward. And then you put Hartenstein in for rebounding. And then did I forget who's my 8th guy? Shoot. Oh, Brunson, of course. There we go.
Yes, you got Bronson running
Yeah.
the point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's interesting.
I don't have
So
enough size.
Mobley, no, you didn't get Gobert. I thought he would have been maybe
I
a
just
good
hate
choice.
that guy. I'm like the rest of the league.
Yeah.
I just don't like
Yeah.
that
Who
guy.
likes
I just can't
who
pick
really
him.
if you had gotten Wembanyama though, I was a bit forced to get him because I'd be like,
Yeah, that's
you know what,
exactly.
maybe
I
get
thought about
maybe
it too. I was like, there's only
he's
one
been
guy
doing
who
a
can.
fairly good job on him in this Minnesota
Yeah.
series. So
True. I mean, he
since
does know him
Minnesota's
since birth,
Spurs.
so
Yeah,
he does actually know the
exactly.
guy's
Like
patterns well. No,
the dude
I
looked
just
up to him.
he's too irritating. I just can't do it.
We don't want him causing. What if he got the Hanta virus and caused an
Exactly.
outbreak of
He's
that?
going
Man?
to shut the league down again.
Yeah. On that night when he did, I was watching that game. I watched that press conference, and I sold a lot of stock that night. I was like, "Oh, this is real. This is real.
Yeah, it's like,
This is
okay, I guess they're
happening."
not pretending. Yeah, this isn't a pretend disease. Yeah,
Sell, sell, sell.
for sure. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it came back rather quickly though. I was like, I was figured we'd had to wait for a vaccine or something.
Yeah, yeah. They did what they picked up in October or
Yeah,
something like that.
yeah, it wasn't
September,
too long.
October. Yeah.
Yeah, we bought back in. We did okay. All right, man. Well, that's pretty good.
Yeah, I'm not happy with my bench guy, but I figured I might as well just throw in another rando.
I ended up getting 2 bench guys I liked mine so
Yeah.
much.
No,
I
your bench
missed
guys
out
are
on
great.
Mikal Bridges, who's
See, that's the thing is he's been so inconsistent. I mean, he's been great the last few games, but then
but his numbers are insane. His
yeah,
efficiency is like 60-70%, and it's incredible.
that is true. Yeah, we both left him on
he's
the.
just not shooting, but he's hitting like 70% of his shots or something crazy.
And defensively, he's playing great.
Also, Yeah, he's a great defender. I mean,
Yeah.
he's got to be part of the reason they're wasting teams these last 3 or 4 games,
Yeah, no, it's clear
last
he
7
knows how
games.
to disrupt lots of different types of players, like who get out of rhythm
Mm.
because he can hassle them really well.
Yeah, so I had him written down. I also had Assur Thompson, but
Yeah. I thought
he's
about him
so
too.
good defensively.
Yeah.
But I'm happy that my team doesn't, and the coach doesn't have to work around his kind of shortcomings on the 3-point line.
Yeah.
I can keep
Exactly.
everything spaced. All of my guys can hit threes. So yeah, I think put in Wemby and Cade. They could even play on the outside and give lots of room for D. Mitch and Castle and
And you could
Harper
let
to Cade
you would let
drive the
yeah,
ball.
you could let Chet catch all the alley oops. That'd be fun. You could have Wemby throw an alley oop to Chet. Would they just like hand it to each other over everybody?
Is that even fair? Yeah, they
Yeah, I know,
just
right? You could just be like, here,
yeah,
take
it's
this.
not even a it's not even a jump. It's just
Yeah.
like,
He's
oh,
just
here,
like,
buddy.
yeah, here you go. Just stay up there. You could score. Yeah, that'd be hilarious.
Dude, it'd be like adults playing kids kind of thing.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah. It's like yeah, when you're
Chet's
teaching
not
your
quite
like,
that tall, but he's close. All right. Well, that was fun, Mark.
yeah,
This
it
was
was
a fun
awesome.
pod. Tomorrow night they put 2 games together. Friday night, I'm talking about for the listeners, and got both series that haven't finished. Game 6. I don't know. You want to give a prediction? We talked a little bit about it beforehand, but who
All
you get
right.
in these games?
You know, I think Cleveland's got the momentum. I think they're gonna win it. As annoyed as I am about that because I picked the Pistons to take care of business. I think they're gonna feel so good based on that game 5 win that they're gonna have so much confidence. And I think Detroit, because Cade's had to do so much, I think he may just be exhausted. So
Okay.
I'll go with the Cavs, which means of course they're gonna lose by 60 points. So that'll be great.
Yeah. I'm going to go with the Pistons because
Bill. All right.
the Cavs still have James Harden,
Yeah.
and he can still mess it up.
Yeah, he really
And
could. I mean, if it goes to a
yeah.
game 7, there's no doubt he's going to go 1 for 17. And
Well, who knows? Who knows? I'm not calling that Cavs lose game 7 for sure, but I think the Pistons come back. They have a lot of pride,
yeah,
and the Cavs have a lot of guys that show up. Oh, you got one on your team. Shows up. Mr. Evan Mobley shows up every
yeah,
other game. So he showed up
yeah,
last game. So yeah, game
I know.
6, not all about it.
Yeah,
All right. How
yeah.
about Spurs T Wolves?
I think the T Wolves roar back and win this one. I think it'll be close, but I think they're going to win. Like you said, they got a great home crowd. This is all on the line. They know they've got their backs against the wall. And you said Ant-Man hasn't been playing great. I feel like this is the game where he's like, okay, let me just put this on my back and I'm going to win this one. Game 7, who knows? But I think game 6, I think the T Wolves tie it and we go 7.
All right, and I'm gonna say the Spurs close it out.
All right.
They kicked the T Wolves ass last game, and I think they got their number. I think the T Wolves run is kind of done. You know, they're missing DiVincenzo. You could really tell it last game.
Yeah. No, that really hurt them.
Yeah, they just need that second score. All
Yeah,
right,
that
everyone.
mark.
Thanks for listening, and it was a great pod, Mark.
Absolutely. Always
And
great to be
have
on.
fun watching the games this weekend. Cheers.
Absolutely. You too, man. Take care.